Hi there. When do you think shocks and struts should be replaced? My name is Mac, and I'm going to explain what the 50,000 mile recommendation is all about, and perhaps more importantly, how to communicate the meaning of it to your customers. I've worked in the automotive aftermarket for most of my life, and this subject hasn't changed much in all that time. Technicians, shop owners, service writers, and certainly the motorist. Everyone seems to have an opinion about when shocks and struts should be replaced, but there just isn't a solid rule about 50,000 miles for everyone to use the same way. The problem about this topic isn't so much about the shock or strut itself, it's really about the language we all use to talk about replacing them. You see, all of us agree that shocks and struts do wear, and that when enough wear occurs, bad things start to happen. Tire performance, tire wear, vehicle handling, stability, stopping distance, and so on all suffer. That much is a fact. However, when we talk about wear and our recommendations the wrong way, people start making poor decisions because they often get misleading or incomplete information from us. We all want to be considered the expert in our customers' eyes. The easiest way to do that with shocks and struts is to simply tell the customer that they need or don't need them. But it's usually not that simple nor that true. Let's begin with the actual 50,000 mile statement. It goes like this. Independent testing shows that most original equipment, hydraulic and gas-charged shock and strut performance degrades measurably by 50,000 miles. So to improve or restore a vehicle's ride control performance, automotive experts agree with recommending replacement shocks and struts after 50,000 miles. This statement does not mean that shocks have to be replaced, and it doesn't mean that shocks fail at 50,000 miles. But it does mean that the industry agrees that after 50,000 miles, most shocks and struts are not capable of providing a vehicle's designed ride control performance. Now, because shocks and struts wear gradually, the average motorist may not be aware of how much performance has been lost and how that may relate to a less safe vehicle to drive. Therefore, a good way to talk to a motorist about this is to say, we always recommend replacing shocks and struts at 50,000 miles or more to restore your vehicle's ride control performance. Ride control is your vehicle's ability to keep the vehicle stable during braking and turning, as well as taking bumps and having a comfortable ride. After 50,000 miles, the vehicle's stopping distance is increased. The tire's performance is reduced because they aren't being kept firmly on the pavement, and you will not be able to control the vehicle as well. So replacing the shocks and struts will ensure that you are maintaining your vehicle's design capabilities. To further put this into perspective, let's look at a shock and strut service chart along with the best language or terms to use when you talk with a motorist. There are four main recommendation categories to recognize and treat differently. The first one is repair. If a unit has completely failed, if it's leaking badly, if the mounts are loose, or if the unit is causing a tire to cup or wear unevenly, then it's probably okay to tell the motorist that it's a required component. The next is maintenance. If a vehicle has 50,000 miles or more and still has its original shocks or struts, then based on the accepted industry standard of known performance degradation, it's probably best to tell the motorist that replacement shocks and struts are suggested to improve or restore the vehicle's ride control capabilities. The next is conditions-based. The best language with this one is also suggested replacement, based on actual road testing and comparing current conditions like nosedive, harshness, or body roll to the vehicle's capabilities if it had new shocks or struts. The last one is upgrade. Good language here is to offer replacement units that exceed the vehicle's original equipment performance, such as for towing, for heavier loads, or just for the driver's preferences. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope this helps you be more clear about communicating the 50,000 mile recommendation issues better. To learn more about what actually wears inside a shock and how that affects vehicle performance, please watch the KYB TV video segment titled Shock and Strut Wear.